first of two duels this season inside of John Paul Jones Arena for Virginia. The Cavaliers entertain the number 12 North Carolina Tar Heels. So privileged to have you alongside us tonight as we start at 141. A youngster for Carolina in Luke Simcox taking on Gable Porter.
It's going to be a fun one to start things off. Reigning ACC Wrestler of the Week. Porter ranked number 33 in the nation, so just on the cusp of being a national qualifier if the allocations would come out today. Porter looking to engage in the hand fight early. Got a hard collar tie on that right side, looking to snap. Good front headlock position for Porter. Simcox doing a good job attacking that elbow and not letting Porter run behind. Goes drag one side and tries to dump, but Porter does a great job staying out in front. Possible stalemate situation coming here.
Referees tonight, Patrick Frank and Dan Lang.
So there we go, stalemate back up to our feet. 2:19 left here in the first period. Porter looking real aggressive to start this match, getting his hands on early.
Well, Christian, because we're starting at 141 tonight, who does that favor in your estimation?
Oh, wow, a nice ankle pick there and getting to a high single as Porter looking to pull that back to the center and get a quick finish. I would say, you know, based upon the rankings, Simcox would have the edge here and give the Tar Heels a bit of a spark plug. But you know, Porter coming out here strong and really looking to build on momentum that he created last week with that win over Jack. And Simcox looking for a Jonesy, and he's got the takedown here and looking for near fall. So Porter looking like he was going to score, but Simcox hit that Jonesy tilt, and he's got Porter in danger. Could come out to an early 7-0 lead, a huge exchange for Simcox. Made me eat my words saying Porter had an edge there early. Big exchange there.
And he's accumulating riding time as well, up to a half minute. Simcox, the 141-pound champ, at the Soldier Salute prior to the new year.
Yeah, Tar Heels just traveled out to Iowa for that Soldier Salute. So a good mid-season test against some competition that maybe they wouldn't regularly see here on the East Coast. Teams like Iowa, Missouri in attendance at the Soldier Salute. Wyoming as well, so Big 10, Big 12 competition late December could pay dividends.
Now it's a decisive edge right now for Simcox as the first period of 3 winds down in this opening bout. Simcox has to feel really good about his performance so far.
Porter was in on that leg, and Simcox countered with that Jonesy tilt. Got 7 points off that exchange and ended up racking up almost a half a period of riding time at 1:30. So really gives him a big advantage headed here to the second.
Yeah, if the Tar Heels can get a major decision or a tech fall, it'd be a nice start for them on the road. Now, Simcox has just been so great throughout the season. All 4 of his losses this year, he's 9-4, but those 4 defeats, all to ranked opponents, Christian.
Yeah, really battle-tested early in the year and made a name for himself coming in to the Tar Heels as a freshman.
And he's taking on a guy in Gable Porter. Beat Ryan Jack of NC State a week ago, then number 8, the 2024 ACC champion Jack. And Porter really announced himself on the national stage last week.
Yeah, that was a big match for him. First season up at 141 for Porter. So, you know, big statement win for him at this weight class, knocking off a returning All-American. Putting on a tough ride here and really trying to knock down some of that riding time. Going to be probably letting him loose here, if I had to guess, try to get back to work on his feet. Hasn't put Simcox in much of danger to threaten any tilts or near fall, so Simcox to his feet, Porter looking to return, and kind of pulls him out of bounds. Going to get a fresh start here with 52 left in the second.
And you see that riding time get drained down to 19 seconds because of the efforts of Porter here.
Yeah, knocking that riding time down, but you think he's going to want to get up to his feet and try to score some points here. He, like I mentioned earlier, hasn't really threatened Simcox from the top position. And as I say that, looking for a tilt, but Simcox getting back to his belly. Porter from the state of Iowa, so he's kind of got that old school Iowa style, real grinder, hard-nosed wrestler, stays in your face. He's doing a good job of grinding Simcox and trying to kind of chip away at him.
Yeah, well, Porter faced a deficit last week against Ryan Jack. He's down 1-0 going into the third period. He got a takedown with about 35 seconds to go in that third. But obviously this is a much more significant deficit he's trying to climb back from now.
Yeah, big exchange in that first period, and you think now Porter going to try to ride through this period into that crab ride position. Simcox doing a good job attacking that bottom foot, trying to hop out of the pocket. We're going to have short time left here in the second, and Porter going to ride for the duration of the second period.
So the Cavaliers, they are led by Steve Garland, 20th year as head coach. Grabbed his 200th dual victory earlier this season against Hofstra. Wrestled here at UVA back in the late 90s as well.
Yeah, and, Garland, just a first-class guy, a true, personification of what it means to be a UVA man, just super, honest and just an incredible person. And, he's built, a first-class program here in Charlottesville. So 90 seconds left. Porter got a big hole to dig himself out of, and Simcox really doesn't need to put himself in danger here in this period. We'll see if he can get back to, that aggressive hand fight from the first period and get back to his offense.
If you are Simcox, how aggressive would you want to be, considering maybe a major decision's on the line here too?
Really, I think Simcox is smart. He's not going to put himself in danger. He knows that eventually Porter's got to go. So, that opportunity for a re-attack or Porter putting himself in some sort of danger is really going to open up Simcox for a kind of an organic takedown and be able to get that major if it presents itself.
45 seconds to go here in this third period.
Back to that front headlock is Porter. He's going to look to go behind here. But he's going to have to get to work quick. Simcox doing a really good job of controlling hands on bottom in this front headlock position. And that's going to be the first one he needs, but still down 4. Quick stall call on bottom. And Porter going to need some sort of feet to back here, but
running out of time. That'll do it for the final period of his first of 10 matches here. Simcox celebrates takedown and a near fall in the first period, allowing Carolina to a 5-point win in its first match tonight.
Good match for Simcox. Gets the Tar Heels started early and one of those freshmen that Coach Tony Ramos mentioned. He really just doesn't know he's not supposed to win. So big 7-point exchange halfway through the first period, going to give Simcox the edge in an 8-3 victory at 141 pounds.
So 3-zip for North Carolina on the road, and the Tar Heels' first ACC duel of the season. Cavaliers trying to respond after a close defeat to NC State last Friday at Reynolds Coliseum, as we move along to 149 for North